Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, July 14th. Yesterday, I talked about a guy named Economic Ninja, and he had a really good video last night talking about Lake Mead. And I've been seeing lots and lots of stuff come up about Lake Mead, which is out around Las Vegas. So I want to talk about that real quick, among a few other things. So I want you, we have two choices here of how this all happened. One, God told these people to build an oasis in Las Vegas and he would provide water for them. Or a bunch of asshole men or women got together, decided they could make a shit ton of money from building an oasis in a desert, and that they could just use everybody else's water, and if it ran out, no big deal, we'll worry about it when it happens. So, long story short, it appears that time has started to come. The Economic Ninja did a great explanation on why Lake Mead is like running out of water faster. It's because of how it's built. It's like in a V shape. So when the water was at a higher level, it had a bigger area of space to evaporate from. And now that it's like, I guess all lakes are built like a V, as it goes down, it has less area to evaporate from, and that's why it's going down so fast and so rapidly. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, because it's like, why are we really hearing about this now, and why is this getting at a level of urgency? Because once it hits a certain level, the electric generators are not going to be able to run anymore. I think this probably also affects the Hoover Dam, and so I guess my question is, if you were on the board of decision makers and you were called in, because I feel like the people that watch my channel are the smartest and the most awake, and they have done the most research, they have bigger ideas than a lot of normal people, not as affected by money. So I want to pick, or we need to pick, the people who can come up with some ideas of how to fix this problem. Maybe there is no fix to this problem. What are they going to do when the electricity runs out there? What are they going to do when the water all runs out? So I'm just curious on what your thoughts are on there. What would you do if they came to you and said, how would you fix this problem? And again, nothing is off limits. If it's you manifest rain, okay, let's do it. Let's figure out how to do that. If it's cutting off the supply, or if it's cutting off the major places that are taking a lot of the water, which I would imagine are the casinos. So if you kind of put two and two together and figure out what the casinos are all about and who's behind that, pretty sure you can figure out which story, was it God told them to do this, or was it the other egomaniacs that were trying to make a bunch of money from it? You can figure that out for yourself. So that's one of the things that I want to know is there a way out of this? Or is Las Vegas just going to be more or less abandoned because they don't have a way to get electricity or water? I also saw something, I think it was yesterday. I wished I'd have saved it now, but it was a list of different, starts with an S, but it was like the bad and badder buildings or memorials or things that they had built or whatever. And the Hoover Dam was in that list, which I guess, in my opinion, anything that is being built in the middle of a desert where water doesn't show up. So it's kind of like this. This was another way he explained it. He's like, there hasn't been more, or he said, now I'm not arguing with him or disagreeing. I don't know the details, and you guys that live out there probably know more than, I mean, not probably, you do know more than I do. But what he said was there hasn't been more or less rain than there has been for a long time. It's a desert. There isn't a lot of rain that happens out there. And eventually this hole in the ground that was holding water was going to run out. And now that a lot of the tributaries into this area are starting to say, you know, we need our own water and we're not letting you have this. So bottom line, there's an issue out there. And so I'm just curious if anybody has any thoughts on how to rectify this. Like I said, either that area out there is going to end up being abandoned or there's some way that we can fix this. Curious about your input on that. I also watched Phil's live from last night. Skip the first 30 minutes of it and watch what he had to say. You know, or don't waste your time. I don't care. You know, take your pick. I didn't get a whole lot out of it, but if you do want to watch it, definitely skip the first 30 minutes of it, and it starts about 30 of when he starts talking about it. Is there anything else? I cannot think of one last thing. I had a friend of mine I heard about this yesterday from a couple of different people about the infomercial that's going around in New York, or like about a major event that's supposed to be happening. And she said the astrology for the end of July indicates that something big could happen that will change our lives forever. And my response was 9/11 happened and it changed our lives forever. 2020 happened and it changed our lives forever. Whatever the case is, I've been prepared for a year mentally and as much as I can in a physical manner with, you know, food and whatever they want to hit us with, you know, we will roll with the punches. It doesn't matter what kind of threat they kind of try to bring to us. Those of us that are here to help bring the new earth in, you know, somehow we're going to have support is my theory on that. We're here to help bring new earth in. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, the infomercial that happened of something that's supposed to be coming in New York and to stay inside, blah, blah, blah. And I said to her, I said, I have been hearing forever, this is going to be the big one. No, seriously, like this is going to be the big one. I'm like going, you know, it is a little bit like the boy that cried wolf. But whatever the case is, when the big one hits, we will be okay. I have faith in that. I think the majority of the people that watch my channel have faith in that. And so I'm not going to promote that really because I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to get people prepared or if they're trying to scare people. I mean, it could be one or the other. You know, whatever the case is, everything that comes out these days is either to get people prepared or to get people scared. You're either on one side or the other, so I can't fix that part for you. Anyway, again, I want to hear if you were on the board of directors for how to fix this Lake Mead problem, and probably Hoover Dam might be coming up here before long as the water supply shrinks and the electricity may not be able to continue. What are we going to do? Are we just going to abandon that area out there and everybody's just going to move to other states? I mean, I will say we did get some rain here in Indiana and I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know we were supposed to get it, but as I saw that the clouds were starting to kind of accumulate, I went out and had a little talk with them and said, stick around. And we got a nice little downpour for a good hour or so. And I just kind of kept talking to the clouds, and you can call me crazy if you want, but I said, you are welcome to stick around here for as long as you want. And we have been getting a little bit more rain around here since that video that I did last Thursday that said we needed a break in the weather. So I feel like there is still some energy coming in this area from my friends on YouTube. And again, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So that's it for today, I guess. Like I said, I will post the video that Economic Ninja did about Lake Mead. It was a really, really great explanation and understanding of what's going on out there and why it is starting to get urgent. Like I said, the people that decided that that was going to be a great place to build a whole big infrastructure, without regard of what could potentially happen, I think that is probably starting to come and bite them in the ass. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.